Hey everyone, this is Josh DeSanto of Genus Loci Games, and this week we are going to go over how to use maps in your game, how to use them with your players, how to make your players only see what you want them to see, as well as how to go through combat with the combat tracker, and how to easily go through a combat situation between both the GM and the player. So the first thing you may notice is that I have two different instances of Fantasy Grounds up. The one on the left with the red dice is the GM version of Fantasy Grounds. The one on the right with the black dice is the player. For any GMs out there, for you to do this, if you want to test out anything that you're making, any fan modules or any third-party modules that you want to do for release, what you want to do is open up two instances of Fantasy Grounds, get to the launcher. In one, load your campaign that you're working on as you normally would. In the other, go to join campaign as if you were a player, but instead of putting in a host alias or the host IP, you put in localhost, all lowercase letters, one word. So, over on the right here, we have the player version of Fantasy Grounds, and as you can see, it is completely empty compared to the GM version. Alright, now then, first we're going to go over maps. We're going to use a map for Frigga's Chosen, something that I'm working on to play with some people online. So we're going to go with the player map for Frigga's. And as you can see, I already have a mask set up. So first we're going to delete that mask so we can go over it. So right now the mask is completely gone. That means the player would be able to see everything here. So we're going to show how to share the map so you can see the different stages and what would happen. So right click on your map. You want to go to the first talking head, that's sharing, and then just select sharing your sheet again. As you can see right now, Jenny, our player, can see everything. But we don't want her to see everything, so what we'll do is we'll go to layers, right click again, and you want to enable mask. Now all she sees is a gray slate. While we're here and she sees nothing but gray, we're going to start our encounter. So we want to open up our NPCs, go to encounters, and this is area 1, so we're going to open up our area 1 Aurous Acolytes. Now when you initially set up your encounters, you put them on the map manually, and every time after that, all you have to do is take your dragon symbol or whatever symbol it is for the rule set you're using and drop it into your combat tracker. Combat tracker being the double swords at the top of the screen. Now, as you can see on the GM map here, all 4 Aurous Acolytes are there. Jenny cannot see them. However, even if I would unmask this area, Jenny would not see them. That's because right now they're completely invisible. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to delete the mask, and we're going to, for some reason, re-enable the mask. So we put the mask back on and Jenny still can't see them. So we go to visibility, and if we show always visible, now Jenny can see them. Instead what we want is visibility, mask sensitive visibility, and we'll set all these guys to mask sensitive invisibility. And what this means now is, as you can see, nothing here at all. But when we open it up for Jenny, oh no, the 4 acolytes are there. So then over the player side, Jenny goes, okay, well, there's the map, I'm here, I'm at the door. And this is where combat would normally begin. Like the GM, Jenny also has access to the combat tracker. As you can see, however, she cannot currently see the bad guys. That's because we haven't started combat. So, right now, that's dropped out. So, in the combat tracker, you want to go to Menu, and we're going to go to the flag. The flag is Initiative. In Initiative, we go to the mask again, and this is for rolling your NPCs. And all the Orcus Acolytes now have a 16. Jenny, you can either roll for her, roll PC initiatives, or you can have the character roll for themselves. Double click, as you can see it shows up on both screens. With her bonus, +3, Jenny gets to go first. As you can see, she's already highlighted to be the first one to go. So, we'll start combat. Jenny would move forward, and say she wants to attack Orcus Acolyte number 2. Now there's two ways you can do this. The first is to go into your character sheet. We're going to clear her death saves here. And take from your actions and just drag over and roll. She gets a critical hit. And then you take your damage and do the same thing. Rolls all 4 dice for you. He's dead. Now you see, Orcus Acolyte number 2 here all of a sudden has this red circle with the white line, delete item, allowing you to instantly take him out of the combat. Once Jenny's turn is over, she did her move, she did her attack. As the GM, you go to next actor. That would be the small dragon with the arrow. And from here, combat just proceeds as it normally would. For the NPCs, it is best, as you can see, nothing comes up for Jenny. Nothing at all. So for the NPCs, you take your dice and you put them over Jenny's stat block right here in the combat tracker. Drop. As you can see, it does show up and it is a miss. So no reason. Go to next actor again, and they're surrounding her. And you just keep pressing like that. 14, that hits. You do the same thing with damage. Just like I showed you last week with the monster creation, the qualifiers here, the ATX and the DMG, lets the system know that these are highlightable things for dice. It knows which dice to use for each of them, and it knows what to do. So, and you see Jenny got hurt for 4. 4 wounds show up in her combat tracker. And if you look on her sheet and the player section, 4 wounds also appear there. So we get to the final Orcus Acolyte, this guy right here. He's going to come around. Now, the one thing so far, and we're going to go to NPCs quickly here, and we're going to look at our Orcus Acolytes. The Orcus Acolytes have spellcasting abilities. They have some cantrips, and they have some spells. However, since these are not listed as actions, they do not show up here as being able to be usable. These are things that as the DM you would have to manually do. So for now they're just attacking with their weapons. They don't want to waste their spells on some silly warrior. And Jenny's pretty much almost down. She's surrounded by bad guys. She's almost dead. She can't even make it to the door. So with round 2, she tries again. Now we're going through combat now for a reason. There's something else I want to show. And with Jenny, we're going to show the other way. Last time we attacked, we went from our actions bar and we dragged. Now, you don't even need to open this up. You can drag a lot of the clickables down to your micro bar. And then just take from the micro bar and roll from there. We have our attack and our damage here for that guy. And then it just goes down and around again. And now they're not doing too well. This Horus Acolyte number one, he's not too good at hitting her. The other guy, however, is going to take her out. So Jenny's now dying. 12 HP, 12 wounds. She's on the ground. She's bleeding out. Now, Horus Acolyte number four, he's not going to do anything. He's pretty heavily damaged. He's not going to do anything. But let's look at Jenny. We hit next actor. It'll take us to our next round. It rolled a d20. Why did it roll a d20? Because we're in 5th edition and it automatically rolled her death saving throw for us. We're not going to do anything. We're going to go over here. This skips everyone. You don't have to push next actor a million times. You hit this, it automatically goes to the next round. And as we can see, automatically rolled for Jenny. She saved this time. We'll do that again. She now has 2 saves and 1 last time. She saved 3 times. As you can see, we go to the next round one more time. Jenny saved. She's still dying, but now she's stable, which means she can either fight or try to hightail it out of there. Alright, so we are going to assume right now, and this is how we're going to do this. This guy now has 9 wounds, that guy now has 9 wounds, that guy has 9 wounds, and Jenny somehow instantly healed. So we're going to delete all of our bad guys from combat. Now, this leaves Jenny alone in the area. Now, what we want to do now is we want to set up a new guy from scratch. Do this, go to NPCs, and there's 2 ways we can do this. One is to set up an encounter, and the other is to just drag and drop. I prefer to set up encounters. It's a lot easier, and it really does just help out with giving the characters their XP. Because let me bring up our sheet. Go to notes. It actually does, or at least it has in previous tests. I'm looking for it now because I can't remember off the top of my head. Automatically added in the experience points. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with our encounters and we're going to create a new one. So for here we're going to say TR, just a random one, and we're going to put a single Charon Goblin. I'm going to X out of there, and this Charon Goblin we're going to put into area 2 right there, and take him and put him right there. Now you see Charon Goblin already has a pre-done initiative. We're going to re-roll that though. Charon Goblin's waiting right there. We're going to set him up just like before, and menu again, initiative, roll NPC. So Jenny goes, I'm going to go through that door. Stands at the edge of the door. What you do is you open it up for her. She scrolls over. Crap, Goblin. She goes in. She rolls her initiative again. Now remember what I said. Almost all of this stuff can be dragged down. Double click. She has an 18 initiative. So Jenny gets to go first. Rushes forward. Now, the other way to do this, and it does work, as you can see, she does attack, and it tells you as the DM, but it doesn't auto. So what you want to do to auto, make it easier for your GM, is to take your attack, not your damage, take your attack and drop it on top. And typically it will then go. So that's all for today. Next time we are going to actually go through with a review of the Mines for Phandelver for Fantasy Grounds. Differences between the actual box set that was released last July, how well it functions compared to other released modules, and that kind of thing. Um, I have a fundraiser going on right now over at fundraiser.com to raise money to upgrade to the Ultimate license so that I could run live how-to sessions as well as to test new modules as well as my own material. There's going to be a link in the section below. So if you would like, please, I would be very grateful if you donated some. Any questions, comments, anything you would like to see us do here, just comment below. Thank you all. Have a great day.